This area called Ngunyi, it's a tea growing area, just to check on the farmers of the tea subsector. As you are aware, President William RUTO did assign me a role to initiate reforms in the tea subsector alongside coffee and milk, with a view of getting increased productivity and getting value for money for our tea farmers. I want to confirm that we have embarked on a very elaborate strategy to put all the stakeholders together to find out the interventions required in terms of direct marketing of our tea and in terms of value addition. We want to encourage our farmers to consider to produce tea in the orthodox manner. Orthodox tea has better prices, and we are in discussions with KTDA, we are in discussion with the Tea Board of Kenya, we are in discussion with the county governments and the national government on how we can assist our factories with KTDA to enhance their capacity so that they can install a production line for orthodox tea, which costs twice as much the conventional tea. So I'm here just to touch base with the farmers, with tea farmers, and to assure them of the interventions the government is making, and to ask them to increase production, to work hard, and assure them that there will be various interventions along the way to add value to their tea in terms of pricing, in terms of direct marketing. And I want to confirm that we have now come up with a strategy on how to rein in all the cartels that have been taking advantage of our tea farmers and coming in between the grower and the consumer of tea across the world. I want to say that our Minister for Agriculture, the Honorable Mithika Linturi, was in Pakistan, where we are having challenges with our tea being paid for, and that matter has been sorted out, and shortly the gain will be felt. Again, I want to commend KTDA for the release of the mini bonus that was released 2 months ago, and that mini bonus have been of use to our farmers. And we'll continue with this engagement, and shortly there will be a stakeholder conference where we can discuss matters tea and be able to add value to our tea for increased productivity and a better return and earning for our family. As a way of getting it right and getting it properly, I've convened a stakeholders conference in Nashville in 2 weeks' time, where we'll have representatives and stakeholders in the entire coffee subsector. That stakeholder conference will have all governors from coffee growing counties, all senators, all women rep, and all members of parliament. In addition, we'll have the minister, the cabinet secretary for agriculture and livestock development, the cabinet secretary for trade, the cabinet secretary for cooperatives. On top of that, we'll have people from the coffee exchange, we'll have people from the coffee directorate, and we'll have farmers as well. The purpose of that stakeholders conference is to agree, it's a 3-day conference, is to agree what is to be done, so that once we have agreed on the reforms, the members of the National Assembly and the Senate President will take it up from there, so that they can create the necessary regulations and institute legislative changes that will make sure that the coffee farmer is able to market his coffee directly. We are going to have regulations, we are going to have legislation that will cushion the coffee farmer from exploitation by middlemen. Therefore, I want to assure our farmers across the country that the responsibility was given by President William RUTO are on course. We have done everything that needed to be done, and all we are waiting for now. We know the issues, but we want a stakeholder conference so that all of us can agree on the necessary reforms that are required. And that is why we have called the members of the National Assembly, the members of the Senate, the county governors, so that we all agree that what needs to be done, because we must restore this industry. We must restore the glory of the coffee farm. I personally was educated with proceeds from coffee. In the 70s and the 80s, this crop was the real thing. It had a lot of credibility. Any head teacher will allow any child whose father had coffee to continue learning without paying school fees, knowing very well that once the coffee payout comes out, they'll make good the promise. That is no longer the case, and therefore I am well sized of the responsibility given to me by the President, and I'll do what it takes to make sure that in another 1 year or so, we not only get the prices right, that will immediately necessitate good production. Because once the coffee farmers are well paid, they will be able to put more manure on their coffee, they will be able to tend their coffee trees, and will be able to increase productivity. And the purpose of this is that other than the farmer getting his money, this will also increase our foreign exchange earning. You know the kind of problems we have in terms of servicing our public debt, that is serviced with hard currency. And we are having a challenge with hard currency. Once we restore coffee production, once we get the prices right, we are going to get increased earnings in foreign exchange, and that is good for our economy, it is good for our trade, it's good for our imports, and it will also stabilize the shilling ultimately. We continue to visit our farmers today during Easter, just to get acquainted with the challenges and what's going on. As you are aware, the President has tasked me to steer coffee reforms for the purpose of restoring the glory of the coffee subsector, which used to be number one foreign exchange earner, that has been overtaken by tourism, by tea, and by the diaspora people. And in our efforts to restore this coffee subsector, we are visiting farmers just to get to understand what ails the sector. And there is less production because farmers are not motivated because of poor prices, because of exploitation by cartels. There are too many middlemen between the coffee grower and the coffee consumer. And that is the work that I have to do to make sure that all those middlemen between the coffee grower and the coffee consumer are removed from the coffee scene.